Hello everybody, I am IndieBin and welcome to episode 1 of season 2 of Kerbal Aerospace Program. Alright, so the difference between this series and the last one is that this one is in fact in Kerbal Space Program 1.0, which presents a whole lot of changes that I really love, and we're also using mods. You could probably tell if you saw some of these cool new cockpits, but yeah, we're using mods and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I think a great way to start off the series is, or the season I guess, is to actually build a new plane from scratch. And one of the coolest things about the mods that I'm using is there's the possibility for propellers like these, which look really cool and they work well too. So we're going to go ahead and start off by using that cockpit just because it presents itself really well for a sort of biplane, propeller plane kind of deal. I don't know, I just like it a lot. Go ahead and give it an aerodynamic tail, wherever those are. I think they're right here. Somewhere in here. Come on. Yeah, here we go. Oh, bada boom and bada bang. There we go. And we'll go ahead and plop some fuel on there. Now, one of the cool things also about the propeller engines, or the propellers, is that they barely require any fuel. So we're going to just go ahead and drop that down, so we're not using any weight that we don't need, and we've got ourselves plenty of fuel. So we'll go ahead and plop. There's three different types of three different types of propeller engines. You've got the Aerosport one, I think it's called. Yep. And the max thrust on this one is 23.461, so not that powerful, but the ISP is 19,000. That's a lot, just for those of you who don't know. It's got a stationary thrust of 25, which is sort of what I look at for these engines, just because the radial engine stationary thrust is 52, with a lower ISP, and the turboprop has 68. So this one is by far the most powerful. This one, I think, looks the most like a classic propeller engine, so I think we'll use this one. Plus, it gives us a respectable amount of power over the Aerosport, which is important when you're using a plane. It's going to keep you aloft. Also, there is the electric ones and the QE main rotor, which I just think is brilliant. That one's really good, I think, if you're doing a helicopter, obviously, so you don't have to fiddle around with all the weird other, if you're doing it in stock, helicopters are possible. I've seen them done, but it's pretty complex. So, we'll move on to the wings. And for this one, I'm thinking we'll do something a little bit more square rather than, like, angular, just because, it's a propeller plane, and it lends itself well to that. Alright, so we'll use that. We'll probably use... That looks kind of retarded. No, sorry, naughty word. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and use this. I like that. Nice and sort of good looking, I guess. We'll go ahead and actually do this real quick. Give it a little bit of a dihedral effect so it looks kind of cool and adds stability. As for the tail, we'll go ahead and... no, we'll stay away from that. Instead we'll use type E. Do that. That'll give us a cool little look, I think. And we can also go ahead and plop the type D, is it? Nah, small delta wing. That's the one I'm looking for. Boom. So we've got sort of a nice little monoplane look. Looks kind of retro, if you agree, I guess. And we'll go ahead and also plop down some of our new adjustable landing gear that I got, and I really like it a whole lot. Now, one of the cool things about it is that I'm going to use the front landing gear as the stock one because it's nice and short, and you'll see what I mean. The adjustable landing gear is great, but it does have some limitations. Far less than average, though. Now, what's nice about this one is you can, in fact, go ahead and toggle adjustment. If you decide, hey, I want a wider wheelbase, something that I can really stand on, go ahead and adjust your leg angle, like that. Auto align wheel. Oh, something's wrong. There we go, I guess. Let's try that again. Auto align wheel, and perfect. There we go. So now basically we have a pretty stable wheelbase, I think. Let's check the center of mass. Yeah, that'll be real stable. And that's without having to deal with putting the stock landing gear on the wings or any of that crap. You can actually adjust it all right from there, and I think that's just perfect. As you can also see, I've got BDarmory, some missiles, which are just so much fun to use. We can actually militarize this before the end of the video, and I think that'll be a lot of fun too. Go ahead and use no. These ones, and yes, we'll do that. Perfect. Those should only be for pitching, and then on this side, we'll do the same kind of thing. Oh, come on. There we go. Finally. Oh, that's just not quite right. Try that again. Oh my god. Finally, perfect. Go ahead and copy this. Make sure angular snap is on, just so it's nice and symmetrical. Do the same thing again. Again, I said. Okay. And there we go. Oh, come on. And for that one, that's too big. Oh, is it? Ah, yes it is. Okay, so we'll just use... That's also too big, whatever. Who cares? That'll work. Make sure these are all just for roll. Now, I actually learned this from a friend of mine, that you should do that. Just make the ones do exactly what they should do. Oh, and another thing that I just remembered that looks really nice, I had tried earlier, is... Oh, come on. Really? Alright. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Go ahead and make this one just pitch. And we'll do... Oh, that's too big. Jesus. Okay, we'll go ahead and do this. No. That's more like it. There you go. Doesn't that look kind of nice? There. Perfect. Okay. So, I think that can be our biplane. Excuse me. Sorry. Monoplane, my bad. Let's go ahead and put some intakes on there, though, because otherwise, it ain't gonna fly. There. Perfect. Let's go ahead and try this out. Okay, so one of the really cool things about these engines is that they sound really cool. Oh, and that's not gonna cut it, is it? I think we might be slightly pitched down, but that's it. Oh, that worked out well. So, yeah, propeller engines, they do take a little bit longer to start to work, you know, spin up, I guess. But once you're flying, they're pretty nice, and they sound great. They look cool, they look good from the cockpit view, and it's just kind of awesome, nice and retro. Something that KSP does not inherently lend itself to, but you know, I guess it'll work out well. I've been saying lend it to a lot in this video, I realize now. But yeah, so let's just sort of bring this around and land it. And since it sort of works out pretty well, it seems, for... Let's turn off SAS and just see how it flies inherently. I'm using the same word so much. Golly. Okay, so we'll bring this around. Give it some weaponry. And the new theme of this season is going to be not crashing every time. That's going to be a new sort of new ground for me. I'll go ahead and bring down our throttle. Let's try that. Ah, no, that's not going to work. No, Scott Miller. Come on. Brakes, so we can slow down. Perfect. Okay. Good. 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 All right. No casualties. Isn't that right? Do to me, Kermit. That's a great name. Anyway, so we'll go back to the spaceplane hangar. Put some weaponry on this thing. Oh, yes. Great weapons. Okay, no. And I strongly recommend BDarmory. It's great, I think, and it works well. Let's use a bunch of these just all over the place. No, silly. We'll use some Vulcans, because that's just sort of classic. How could we not, right? And we'll go ahead and, normally I would put them like that, but it's not really going to work because it'll shoot the propeller sometimes. Go ahead and, that ought to work. We'll do that. Move this back a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and place some ammo. Okay, these take 20mm ammunition. I always like to keep them a little bit hidden, so I'm going to go ahead and flip this up, but still able to be seen enough that we can grab it and take it off if we want to make a demilitarized version, which I do sometimes like to do. Boom. And this is just so that we can fire. Let's go ahead and plop down a weapon manager right here. There we go. And let's give it a name. How about the P-52 Stallion? There we go. We'll save it and let's fly it. Alright. Now, you may or may not have seen those two sort of tanks that I was keeping right at the front of the runway, right here. Call them the Gremlin, and we'll switch to them real quick. We've got this one and this one. So two of them, each with sort of, here, there we go, 50 cals, and this cool looking turret. Let's go ahead and show these off. Guard menu off. Got the 50 cal turrets right here. And you've got the Millennium turret. Which explodes. It explodes. Okay. And you can blow up the AB. Fun. Okay, so actually, gotta go ahead and put guard mode on. And now what we do is whenever we switch to Team B, we'll get lit up by those things. Like so. Let's go ahead and revert to launch. So this time we're not going to switch to Team B so fast. We're just going to get into the air so that we stand at least a little bit of a chance. And the wheel... okay, it's clipping a little bit. That's making me a little nervous. It's also a bit iffy on landing, so I guess we're going to just have to tone it down, or make those a little wider, I guess, just so it tilts up. Now, this thing does not have a great top speed, so I'm a little bit iffy on the whole thing. So, how can you do that? Never thought you could do that in Aerospace, huh? Well, you can, and I recommend it. It's awesome. You can just basically go onto the Curse website and download them. Actually, I don't know if you can, but yeah. Okay, so there we go, firing off our guns as we double click, and let's go in. Dodging the flak. Or whatever the cannon is. I don't know how to pronounce that really. Hide behind the spaceplane hangar. Come around. Eee! And they've starting to hit us. Oh, come on, not the engine. Oh, they got the engine. Okay, so, yeah. That's not quite going to cut it. I think we need something a little bit bigger. Come on, there we go. So, what sort of things can be a little bit bigger? You guessed it. And, yeah. Let's do this. Just, you know. Because why the hell not? That's why. Come on. Fair enough. Let's try this. I'm sure it won't destroy itself on the runway. Okay. And... yeah. There we go. Come on. Go again, man. Go again. Oh. Perfect. Alright, so. Come on. Yep, we've destroyed the gremlin. I think this is a successful episode. Our plane clearly has some strong offensive capabilities. Ah! Runaway gun. And tailplane. Anyway, I've been IndieMan. If you've enjoyed the episode, don't forget to leave a like, maybe even subscribe. It helps me out a whole lot. And thanks for watching.